everyone, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you just a really simple, I know I say this every day, but this is really very simple design that I'm doing. On this green glass bottle, this is one I do a lot of videos on. I make sure that I wash it off, I clean it off with rubbing alcohol, and you need to make sure that you do that, clean your glass surfaces well before you actually paint on them. That way it allows for better adherence of the paint. Today I am going to be using two Amagic paintbrushes, a number 16 and a number 14. These are round brushes by Amagic. I do put the links down below so that you can find those. If you want to purchase them, you're welcome to do so. And then a fine liner by Winstonia. So the brushes are very minimal today. I'm going to be using pure orange, tea berry, thicket, fresh foliage, apple red, and magenta. All these again are FolkArt paints, and they are a combination of multi-surface and enamels. Alright, so to begin, I'm going to be using the number 16 brush, using the apple red. Just going to dip my brush into the apple red and get some paint on the bristles. Then I'm going to place out my flower blooms, and I'm just going to probably do 3 blooms. Again, just wiggling the brush around, just make a very roughly circle or thereabouts, and have to be a perfect circle by any means. Again, you can put more paint on it. If you want to give it some dry time, you're welcome to do so, because obviously in some spots this is not covering completely because of the way I'm doing this. The next thing I'm going to do is come into the next color, which would be the magenta, and I'm going to come right in here and just do another circle, and come in here, do another circle, and do the final circle down here. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is go into the tea berry and put a glob of the tea berry in the center. And same thing here. I'm not washing my brush off in between. If you want to kind of brush it out, you can. I'm just going to come back over it, and this, I'm going to keep loading my brush with paint. Right now I'm using a lot of the lipstick red, and I'm going to come in here into the magenta and just do that. Again, it's different than doing it on paper, which my original design is done on paper. That's how I do it. And I don't have any white mixed in with this, which white would typically make it more opaque. But you can just kind of tap if you want, or drag your brush a little bit, just kind of blend it into the magenta and cover it up nicely. Then you can add some more magenta to it, come back in here, and I'm just going to go around, making it kind of a wavy design again. I don't want it to be a perfect circle, but I can go into the tea berry a little bit as I'm doing this. I'm going to hit into the tea berry and just kind of push it around a little bit. I would say going into the red would probably be a good idea, just because it is kind of maintaining the transparent part, but that's up to you. The wrong color. I mean, you can always add white if you want. that definitely gives it more of an opaque look. Then I'm going to go into the magenta again and just kind of pull the paint out from the center out. And just lightly touching. Like I said, this is definitely a design anybody can do. Then I'm going into the tea berry and then just kind of pushing the paint around just like that. Then I'll kind of wipe my brush off a little bit but go back into the lipstick red, and I'm just again just touching and moving it around, and come in here and pull in some of the magenta. Come in here. So I said these are more of just like fun, whimsical kind of flowers. You can tell I'm probably getting more of an opaqueness as I get into this when they've had a little, just a touch of dry time. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and go through here and add some more of the magenta. Spread it out here a little bit. And then go into the tea berry. Once again, just kind of spread it around a little bit. Like that. If I need to touch it again, I will. Go back in here. Might do a little bit more of the lipstick red, just as I'm touching it here, because I do see that it's too transparent for me. And it's okay if it is, but I really do like it to be more opaque. But I'm just touching on the outside, just very lightly. And this is where you can see it's so easy would be great for a beginner. And just kind of fun for somebody that's not a beginner, right? So then what I'm going to do is take the same brush, I'm using the same brush for all this, stick some orange in the middle, just kind of play with it a little bit. Oops. Just push it around the center. Again, this part might be better for you if you give it some dry time or hit it with a heat gun. Up to you. Just wanted to show up a little bit here. Like that. Just gonna do it. Alright. Next thing I'm gonna do is pick up my liner brush. Put it into the fresh foliage and to the thicket, just kind of pull it in and out a little bit, and then I'm going to come in here and do my little stem. And of course I can make my stem thicker just by adding more colors or more layers. Do it as I go. Pull it through here and just kind of pull it out like that. Because once again, I like to keep my, the stems and such like that, you know, just with a little wiggle in it or a lot, and not straight. Even though some of them actually are straight, that's okay. I just like the look of them with a little bit of curve in them. Go. Then what I'm going to do is take up the smaller, the 14. I'm going to mix my brush in with the thicket. Okay, mix it in with the thicket. Oh, I'm glad that stopped. And then I'm going to just go around and pull leaves. I'm going to pull it through here, have some that's pull. I can pull it backwards. Doesn't really matter. And let's see, on this one, I can pull it out from the flower. Pull it out. Come over here, do the same thing. You can make them bigger or littler, doesn't matter. I like to do two together, and then I can do one by itself. It's up to me, or up to you, depending on how you want to do it. And then just come around, put a few here and there. I can pull into the flower itself, or yeah, let's go like this, pull it out. Come down here and just do one down like that. Do a couple more going up the stem. And let's see, we did those. Do I need to add any place else? I don't think so. Okay, so what we're going to do is just go back over these. Add some more color to them. You can just do one side and then come down. If you want to make it like it has more of a tip on the end, you can do that. Up to you. And they don't have to be perfect. I'm not really just striving for perfection here. I want them to be very, just kind of loose, but opaque. And let's go back over here. This one's kind of hanging down this way. And we'll come down this way with this one. And these are just real simple leaves. Just push down and pull. You make it more rounded, or you can bring it up and have more of a tip on it. Up to you. Alright, I'm going to leave it at that. Almost finished, folks. I appreciate you sticking with me. Going back to my liner brush. Doing the same thing, sticking it in, pulling it out, rolling it. And I'm going to come in here and just do some basic lines. And I can go ahead and I like to bring some of these out, just kind of pulling them through wherever I can get them. I just think they add a little bit to the design. If you don't like them, don't add them. It's fine. Not something you have to add, that's for sure. And we're going to come over here, and I can make that darker. I can make this lighter, depending on whatever I need. And then, let's see, pull one in there. And just turn it, to whatever direction you need it to be going. And you can even just kind of pull some wispy little lines out from the stem itself. And do a darker light. And come back into the flower itself if you want. Right here, come down that way, do this. Again, you can go back into the flower a little bit, make it more natural looking. Up to you. Give you creative license to do what works for you. Alright, so very simple, and there you have it. Once again, if you want to give this more dry time, hit it with the heat gun, a hair dryer, and then go back over it again, because then that'll give it more coverage. But for the purpose of this video, just to give you a gist of a design that you can do, I think you got it. Alright, hope you like this video. If you do, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. New to my channel, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and prior to leaving, if you would, hit the share button that you'll find underneath the video. Share this video on your social network with your family and friends. I would greatly appreciate it. Until the next time, please stay safe and healthy, and you have a good one.